Welcome to Autopilot's training video series designed to help you get the most from your ProfitPilot system. This video will cover how to set up and create employees in your ProfitPilot system. First thing you're going to want to do is log into the back office software. Open up an internet browser window and display www.profitpilot.net. This will display the login screen. Enter your username and password. Then click Login to display the system. Once the system is displayed, you'll want to click the Employees tab. If this is a brand new ProfitPilot, this page will be blank. If you've already created some employees in your system, you'll see them listed in this window. To create a new employee, simply click Add Employee from the Actions box on the left. This will display a window that you can use to create a new employee. You'll want to enter their first name, last name, and phone number in the fields provided. You'll then want to enter a point of sale, user ID, and passcode. These fields are used if this user is going to be logging into the point of sale. The user ID and passcode for the point of sale must be a numeric setting, meaning only use numbers. You'll then enter a management system user ID and password. This is the back office software. These fields do not have to be numeric, they can be alphanumeric, meaning you can use numbers and letters. If this user is going to log into the point of sale, you'll want to specify if you want the system to prompt that user so that they can enter the position they'll be working in, or if you want the system to automatically log them in as a cashier or a line worker. Simply choose the correct option from the drop-down box. Underneath the employee's basic information is the wage information. You can specify if this is an hourly or a salaried employee. For an hourly employee, enter their hourly wage in the wage field. If this employee is overtime eligible, specify true. If they are not, leave the setting at false. If they are overtime eligible, enter an overtime wage in the field provided. If this is a salaried employee, be sure to enter the employee's annual salary amount in the wage field. Don't enter just their weekly amount. Enter the annual amount in the wage field. By default, salaried employees are not overtime eligible. When done making your changes, simply click Submit to save them. You can also edit this employee's security permissions by clicking Edit Employee Security from the Actions box on the left. This will display a window with all user security settings in the system. You can apply a default security template to your user. By choosing a default template, the permissions attached to that template will automatically be assigned to your user. You can override any individual permissions simply by clicking the drop-down arrow and choosing a different level. There is a handy guide on the right-hand side which will give you some direction on what the security permissions mean. A user who has view-only access means that they can only view that area of the system. If a user has full delete permissions, it means they can do everything in that area, including view information, add, edit, and delete. For areas of the system that you do want your employee to have access to, but you want to control that with a manager's approval, you can simply check the manager approval box. Your employee will be able to access that area of the system but not complete the transaction until a manager enters their passcode information and completes the transaction. For a complete list of every security setting and exactly what it controls in the system, please refer to your ProfitPilot User's Manual. When all security permissions have been set, you'll want to click the Submit button to save them. Please note that if your user doesn't have access to a certain area of the system, they will get a message on the screen that says they are denied access. Once all of your employees have been set up in the system, you'll see them listed here on the Employees tab. You can edit an existing employee's configuration simply by clicking the wrench under the Edit column. This will display an individual employee's information. You can now change the passcode, change the user ID, or change the wage information. Remember, when all changes have been made, be sure and click the Submit button. To edit an employee's security, once the employee has already been added to the system, you'll also see a blue link that says Edit Employee Security. You can click this link to display the security permissions. Again, make any changes that you'd like, and then click the Submit button to save your changes. If you no longer want to have an employee's information in the system, simply click the Delete icon in the Delete column on the right-hand side of the screen. This will delete the employee's information out of the system. Okay, now let's talk about employee clock in and out. If you have purchased the labor tracking module as part of your ProfitPilot system, you'll be able to clock your employees in and out of the point-of-sale system. To demonstrate this, we'll go to the point-of-sale software. You'll want to make sure that your cashier has already logged into the system. Once the point of sale is displayed, you'll want to click the Miscellaneous tab, and this will display a list of all employees that are available. To clock in an employee, simply click on the employee's name and press the Clock In Out button. This will automatically clock the employee in, and you'll see the status field change to Clocked In. A slip will be printed on the receipt printer, which is verification that the employee has clocked in. At this point, the ProfitPilot is now going to begin accruing time for this employee. When the employee's shift has ended, they'll simply click on the name and press the Clock In Out button again. This will clock the employee out of the system and again print a corresponding slip on the receipt printer. The employee's time is now stored in the system. You can view this employee's timesheet information from the back office software. We'll switch back to the back office software to view the employee's timesheet information. Click the Employees tab and find your employee in the list provided. Click the wrench under the Edit column to view that employee's specific information. You'll want to scroll down to the bottom of the window, and this is where you'll see that employee's timesheet. You'll see their individual clock in and clock out times, the hours that they've worked, any overtime hours that have been worked, their wage amount, and then an edit and delete column. These columns enable you to actually change the time clock information. You'd use this in case an employee misentered their clock in, clock out, if they forgot to clock out, or if they forgot to clock in. To edit a time clock information, click the Edit wrench. This will display the employee's clock in and clock out time. You can use the calendar icon to choose the correct date and time to modify this entry. When changes have been completed, be sure to click the Submit button to save them. If you would like to delete a time clock entry, click the Delete icon in the Delete column. This will delete the entry from the employee's timesheet. If you would like to add a new entry, for example, if the employee forgot to clock in on a day, you can simply click the Add Entry. This will display a blank punch in and punch out time. You can use the calendar icon to display the calendar and choose the employee's correct clock in and clock out time. When the entries have been entered, click the Submit button to save changes, and that entry will be added to the employee's timesheet. You can also display a timesheets report in the ProfitPilot system. To do this, you'll want to click on the Reports tab. This will display a list of all reports in the system. On the left-hand side of the screen, you'll want to choose Employee Timesheets. If you would like to sort the information by the employee's last name, be sure to check this box. You can specify the time period that you'd like to see the timesheet information for. Then click View Report. The report will automatically be viewed on the screen. You can scroll down to the bottom of the report and print or export this information in Excel or PDF format. The employee's timesheet report is normally sent to the payroll company, or you'll use it to process your own payroll at the car wash. Simply enter the timesheet entries into your payroll system to generate the employee's paycheck. The ProfitPilot does not offer a payroll option, so you will need to process the actual employee paychecks in a separate system. This concludes the employees video. Please proceed to the next video in the series.